You need to go on a walk. I alluded to this need to go out into nature in the video before, but this one will be diving right into why, or we also say like the benefits of walking. So, number one, to spend time in nature, or rather to leave technology behind. It allows you to be present when we're with technology, specifically on social media, video games, etc. We aren't being present. Like, do you notice the odd sensations of your feet when having a long gaming session? Probably not. Um, from my experience, I could hold off on eating, drinking, shitting, and sleeping, all for the desire to level up a fictional character in a video game. And when you put it like that, that's pretty crazy. Through leaving technology behind on your walks, you can be alone with your thoughts. And that's a good thing. This is a time for reflections, time for growth. During these times, you can finally think about how to fix that lamp or solve that math problem. And it's akin to shower thoughts. Like, just imagine having ideas just sprout out of your head like weeds, except any one of them could be the next big thing. And walking without any music will also lead to regulations of dopamine or down regulations. I mean, music is such a big part of our lives. I don't know anyone who doesn't listen to music. Music is good, but sometimes it's gotta be quiet. I mean, most of the average day is always taken up by some stimulating activity or a precursor to that activity. And the thing is, we need time to not be dopaminergic so that we can actually feel pleasure from doing the simple things. Why should we have a reset or lessen these activities? Well, because the craving for rewarding activities will only get higher. You will continuously seek out more pleasurable activities. And from my view, that's quite an addiction. Number two, it can be a time to learn things. So let's say that you take your earbuds and phone. Well, the thing that would ruin the entire act of walking is to just go on Instagram or TikTok while walking. You're also at risk of dying, so that isn't exactly nice. Instead, the time when you walk can be time to listen to audiobooks, to learn something new, to catch up on all the books that you should have read 2 years ago, but never ended up reading. You can also listen to podcasts for the same reason. I mean, there are just so many things that you can learn in this world. Like, so many people that have lived different experiences that you can learn from. Plus, if you have a good host, they'll most likely ask good questions, questions that you perhaps thought of while listening or didn't. And either way is fine. 3. Nature doesn't judge. Lots of people have thoughts about how other people would judge them if they went to the gym. And while I disagree with the assertion that the judgment will be negative, I do agree that everyone does judge in some manner. However, nature doesn't judge. Like, if you're walking in nature, the trees are not going to, like, bend a certain way and signal that you're too fat, too short, too bald, too whatever. I mean, nature isn't going to do that. And if you're alone in nature, there aren't immediate comparisons that you can make. Like, there's no physical person there, so you're, oh, he's taller than me, oh, he has better hair than me. You can't do that when you're alone in nature. On the flip side, you can walk with neighbors or friends, and just build your relationships with them. People bond over activities. You can chat with them, ask for advice, or just vent if they are willing to listen. I mean, just having a real person in front of your face and having that social connection is so healthy. People are social creatures. We need human connection. And if walking can be one of those outlets, then all the better. You might also find that what you were searching for on social media was a genuine human connection. And now that you have it through walking, you might no longer need Instagram. Number 5, getting a little physical. Walking more will be a surefire way of helping you lose those extra pounds or minimize how much you gain. Of course, this is assuming that what you are eating in terms of calories is the same, and you're just adding walking. And the thing is, walking isn't some miracle drug that will allow you to eat anything you want, but it can assist you on your weight loss journey. It's simply another way you can increase the amount of activity you do in a day, which will increase the amount of calories you burn, thus, helping you lose weight. And walking or any activity will also reduce the hunger that you feel. I mean, you can try this. When you feel hungry, you can do some physical activity. You'll find that your body will quickly attune to the physical activity at hand and forget about the hunger. Although I'm not encouraging an eating disorder through covering up hunger with this, and I do recognize the potential danger of this message. Anyway, so when should you walk? First example is after you eat, or after meals. Why? Well, it will certainly help with digestion, thus reducing bloating and acid reflux, so that's pretty good. Walking after eating a meal will lessen the insulin response, and basically just lead to better nutrient partitioning in the body. So it's just good, basically. And then it's much easier to get in your steps if you always walk after eating. So if it's incorporated as a daily habit, you don't need to expend mental energy. And the thing is, you burn calories with that daily habit, so you don't need to have a specific cardio session. Instead, you just have instead of eating 3 meals, just 3 10-minute walking sessions instead. Pretty easy. Second option, in the morning. I personally walk in the mornings because it is something that starts my day off well. I feel accomplished when I come back after walking 4 miles. I mean, wouldn't you? And then at night. I recommend this if you live in a relatively safe neighborhood and don't have concerned parents. But, walking can serve as a wind down day. Not a wind down, as a wind down to the day. And I mean, I listened to a friend that says that they need to watch Netflix or go on social media to wind down before going to bed. But to me, that statement is contradictory. You are stimulating yourself when you should be relaxing. You should be at peace with your thoughts. But that's just my opinion. So in conclusion, go on walks. It provides so many benefits to you mentally and physically, and possibly emotionally, and even spiritually. So, let's go on walks.